Ashlyn.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Marla.
And we want you to mansplain baseball elsewhere. So it is Sunday, March 28th, when we're recording. And I am toasting with some Baja Blast Zero Sugar with some vodka in it. Because it's Sunday.
Goals.
Yeah. I love going to Taco Bell and being like, but zero sugar, please.
Yeah, no sugar.
This quesalupa, it just needs, like, it's healthy if I get the zero sugar drink with
There you
it.
go.
And I am toasting to, I was supposed to say farm to table, but it's not that. It's Farm to Fame. Farm to Fame, the new podcast by Braves legend Peter Moylan and even more legendary Kelsey Wingert.
We got her back.
I'm so excited.
Yes. And of course, I guess it's presented by John Boy Media, and those guys are all right and everything.
Yeah.
But we're really excited about Peter and Kelsey being back in our lives regularly. It's called Farm to Fame, and then like a little underscore on Twitter, and you can find it there. And so I guess like the theory is to follow kind of like prospects and people like on their rise up.
Yes, they're doing prospects, and they're also going to cover some like small amounts of college. So like Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter, like names that are getting kind of huge. Jaden Hill, like that. People you don't watch college baseball, but you might know those names.
Right.
They're going to kind of do like a watch situation for them. And then obviously once the guys get drafted, then it's.
And it says global stars. So like that.
Yeah.
They say he's 17, but I think he's 14. That guy, the Dominican for the Yankees that everyone's slobbering over.
That's like, they say he's 17, but he's the size of like a 40-year-old.
He looks like a grown ass man. Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Like probably him. He'll probably
can't wait to find out he's lied about his age. Although I don't know why you would lie to be younger. In this case.
To make the Little League World Series, maybe. Who knows?
You would not believe. Every single, as someone who grew up in Little League town, every time there's a kid that's like over 5 foot, everybody around there is like, well, that kid's obviously older. That kid's growing a mustache. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Maybe he just is a big ass kid.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just ate a lot of Tyson chicken before the hormones were cut out. Okay, you don't know.
I do remember once when I was cheering for like park football, you know, there was a kid. See, I don't know if they still do this. Maybe it's been a long time since I've been involved with park football, but it was like the teams went by pounds, you know, so there's like 75 pounders, 85 pounders, 95 pounders, 100.
Like a weight class.
Yeah. Like that's how they did the teams.
That actually makes it smarter than like 9-year-olds where you have this poor little 50-pounder that like never really grew up. And then you got like a guy who should be starting varsity. Yeah.
Exactly. It was supposed to like cut down against that. But the fun fact was the cheerleaders did not have to follow that. So I was like, because this was when I was in like first grade, y'all. I was like 40 pounds cheering for the 150-pound team because they were the ones who won. So I wanted to cheer for them. I didn't want to cheer for the losers. So anyways, thanks for letting the cheerleaders circumvent that. Anyway, back to the point. There was a kid on the team who was like, obviously, like, I want to say it was like the 95-pound team. And this bro was 100% not 95 pounds. 100%.
He was like who was the guy that showed up at the UFC weigh-in? It was like,
I don't know who was working the scale that day, but come on.
It's like Jim Carrey and Liar Liar. He's like, in your bra.
Yeah. Like.
There was some UFC weigh-in a couple of weeks ago, and I don't follow UFC like I used to because they put it on every weekend now. It's insanity. Yeah. But anyway, he like missed the weigh-in by like 17 pounds or something. Like it was like way over. And the other guy still agreed to fight. It was just like, he was like, man, we cut weight before, and then we just stuff our face in the back. I didn't feel like starving. Like, whatever, you're going to find me. The other guy said he'd fight anyway, so whatever. And I'm like, okay, go on, bro. But anyway, so if you have a 200-pound 14-year-old playing baseball, Peter and Kelsey might highlight him. So
farm to fame _ tweet at them and let them know.
Yeah, let them know.
Give them your kids height.
Cheers to that.
But yeah, and also cheers to Braves country and all the thirsty Twitter people. I'm sure you're glad to have Kelsey back. She never really went anywhere. She was available elsewhere, but y'all are lazy, so she's back in Braves country. So
yes. Also, I love that we're all like they're back in Braves country. They're doing Braves stuff when they're covering all prospects. But in my mind,
we know it's Braves country, baby.
Welcome back to Braves country, baby. Come on, tell me about the baby Braves. Tell me about them.
And also, we will be very mad if we don't get every prospect you mention and then hold on to them until they are a Hall of Famer. We will be very mad about it. So, you have Truly, who should sponsor us.
Yes, Truly, please sponsor us. Also, I strayed. Y'all remember last week I had a White Claw?
And you had to pay for that sin.
We've all made mistakes.
I do not. I didn't even. It was my fault because I wasn't paying attention. I didn't consciously choose White Claw because I would never.
But Ashlyn had to order food off of Amazon to make her feel better about drinking that White Claw the other night. I saw it with my own eyes.
It's true. It's so I would like the packaging to be a little bit more different. Right. To be quite honest, because
call us on design ideas, Truly.
Yeah, because they look very similar. A tie-dye case for summer would be perfect.
Yes.
Anyways, that's not what
Or they can make those kiwis bigger or something. Just something. Some proper color.
For me to know, hey, dumb bitch, you're about to pick up a White Claw. Truly's are over there.
Also, I know you were sober when you did it because it was right after work, but a lot of drunk people buy a lot of alcoholic beverages.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, you gotta make it easy for us.
I am toasting with Truly watermelon kiwi, my fave, to opening day because I'm going to the game on Saturday. Not. Okay, that's a little misleading. I'm going to the Braves opening day game, so a
home opener.
The 10th. I'm going to the game on the 10th. I'm not going to Philadelphia because why would I do that?
So in a week from Saturday. In 2 weeks.
Yes.
2 weeks from yesterday. Yes.
I could have worded that better, but whatever. Anyways, I'm going to Truist Park.
Home opener.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to be done with spring training.
For selling me some tickets. You are the realist.
I have a headache today, so we're toasting with sparkling water. It's a Waterloo brand. I've never really heard of them, but they are at Whole Foods, and when Whole Foods is out of the 365 water, this is what they bring us. It's pineapple, so a little summery. And I'm going to toast to Easter weekend is next weekend. It's also my husband's birthday weekend, and his parents just finished getting vaccinated. I'm struggling to get back in. Can you guys see this? Please check out the YouTube video. And shut up. Anyway, my husband's parents got vaccinated, and we're going to go see them this weekend for the first time in 6 months. So that's what I'm toasting to.
Awesome.
And you like your husband's parents, so that is a good thing.
We're going to see them and not my family, so that tells you what you need to know.
Also, I know I already make my toast, and also yay for family, yay for vaccinations, yay for Easter. But Elliot Stapler's returning to the SVU universe on Thursday, which is also opening day. But our opening game is luckily at the very convenient time of 3:45 in the damn afternoon, so it should be done by the time Elliot Stapler comes back to.
So stupid.
I was kind of why his own show though? But also, is Mariska Hargitay almost done? I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I haven't watched SVU in 10 years, but still, she's a queen, and I'm confused.
She is a queen. Anyway, I'm sure
I wish I could remember right now. There was somebody. This isn't gonna. Never mind. There was some crime show. It may have been SVU, may have not been SVU. But there was a girl on the show that had long, maybe curly, dark hair. And when I worked at Jim and Nick's 12 years ago, I had a regular, and he always called me by her name. I wish I could tell you what her name was right now. It would make the story much better.
It really
but I looked nothing like this woman. She was gorgeous. We just literally both had dark curly hair. Wish I could remember her name. Also, the name of the show. Isabel? No, I don't think it's right.
Was it
probably show with Amy
NCIS had Ziva?
That
was it.
Yes.
Fucking.
She is gorgeous.
That's why we're a trio, because I don't remember shit and y'all do. Yes, he used to call me that, and I was like, because I didn't watch the show, so I was like, Xenon? What? Like, thank you, but what?
Awesome.
Anyway, so yeah, cheers to people saying you look like people that you definitely don't look like, but at least if they're attractive, that's.
But did he leave a good tip?
Yes, he did. Always.
See, you know
and
it is.
The same thing.
She remembers.
Time. So
she remembers a decade later, so it had to have been one.
Good tips, and he always had the same order.
Super easy. Also sounds pretty kick-ass.
Yes.
Yeah. Kick-ass, and you know what's not easy is sometimes standing up for your beliefs and highlighting something that is an injustice that needs addressed. So the Kickass Lady this week is Sedona Prince, and for those who don't know, she is the one who took a video of the NCAA women's quote-unquote weight room, which is literally just like the stack of like 6 or 7 like hand weights. And
my home gym is better.
Yeah.
My home gym is better.
Like just my 8-year-old can pick those up. So no, that's not a weight room. So she put on TikTok, she got a clip of the men's weight room because, you know, NCAA did a whole, it's like a time-lapse video of them putting the men's room together and everything. And so she stitched a video with someone panning around the men's weight room, and it looks like a gym. And then she was like, this is women's, and showed the thing of hand racks or hand weights and the yoga mats. And then after that got out, the picture, NCAA was like, oh, there's just not enough room.
That was the best.
Absolute bullshit. So she's like, oh, okay. And then she turns around and pans, and it's like 2 empty gyms, like gymnasiums.
Yeah. It's like ballrooms because they're at like a hotel or whatever. It's like when like you get married and they put the partition up, and it's literally 2
It's big enough to put half of a basketball court on one side, and then there's no whole other ass area that you could put the other half of the basketball court.
It's like in your elementary school if you had a gym and a cafeteria and they took the wall out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she posted that video on TikTok and it blew up, and NCAA pretty much didn't have any good reason to say why they weren't providing adequate training, you know, weights and everything for the women.
I know this is about Sedona. So I'm just going to butt in here. Sorry, before you finish on the high note, I want to get my negative note out before we finish on the high note. First off, if you saw the gear that they provided too for the men versus the women, the women's was not even city specific. I don't even think it had the year on it, but it definitely did have the city where the event was being held. It had nothing on it. The swag bag was like
generic, like
what your 4-year-old will get for playing ragdoll in Alabama. Like, it's complete crap.
I want to talk about the food.
And the
food. And on top of that, and this doesn't just affect the women's side, though you would think more because there's more women's coaches in women's basketball. But if you have a breastfeeding child, literally a child that has to be attached to your body, they still count against the traveling party numbers.
Yeah. So you can't have the other parent there to help you if it counts against, you know,
because the numbers are limited because of COVID. So your breastfeeding child counts against the numbers.
You don't even count a plane ticket. What the fuck?
Right. Yeah. Like, there's like no privacy provided. And like, I mean, it's just absolutely completely ridiculous, these decisions that they make people make. And then that pissed me off because you're like, so I think as like a women's coach who maybe just had a child or who wants to take their kid with them to the game or something, that like how amazing of an experience would that be? But then you also think about like, it doesn't just affect women because the male coaches, like I'm sure it sucks for their wives to be left at home with your 3, 4, 5 children, however many children you have, to take care of them for however long because you're not even allowed to bring family on. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah, and I get that it's a bubble, but there has to be some leeway. Like, you have to make accommodations for those. I'm not saying you can bring your whole extended family.
It's a bubble, but you're allowing fans in, but you won't let someone bring their baby without it counting against them.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Anyway, but also the food, Ashlyn. How about you tell us about the food?
Listen, they got these bitches eating bitches. I say that with love because I would have acted a damn fool if they brought me that TV dinner tray looking shit. Like, there was a picture going around Twitter. I'm pretty sure is where I saw it.
I couldn't tell if it was oatmeal or meatloaf. Like, which is it? You can't.
But there was you see this big long ass table of food for the bros that looks like that good ass family reunion food, you know, like when you see all those big
with the pans with the burners underneath and everything.
You're like, damn, this shit about to be so good. I'm excited.
And I'm going to get a plate for my room for later, because their rooms probably had microwaves in them. We don't even know what rooms they put the girls in. Probably made them sleep in a tent. Who knows?
So then there's a picture of the girls' plate, and it literally looks like, you know how on Amazon you can buy those really, really, really cheap containers that are for like meal prep or whatever, that have like the big slot and then two little slots.
Mm-hmm.
They're black on the bottom, clear on the top.
Yeah,
I have
your
upstairs all those times that I don't ever meal prep. I have a bunch of them upstairs. Well, it's got this like bed of, I think it was maybe rice or some shit.
You literally can't tell.
And then there's a piece of meatloaf, I think, on top of it. And then some broccoli. And no. You cannot. Where's my fucking mac and cheese, bro? Because I saw the mac and cheese in the boys' picture, and that shit looked delicious. Where's my mac and cheese? Too. Where's my mac and cheese? I will act a fucking fool.
And everyone who tries to say it's a revenue thing, most universities' men's basketball programs lose money. Let's throw that out there first. Your profit might be a lot, but like, I'm not good with like money, clearly, but like your overall, they lose money because they're putting so much out. They're losing money for the school. Secondly, the NCAA and conferences were created as they were, as they're supposed to be an educational aspect to it. Who knows where that went? But it was also supposed to provide equality across the board in some way, shape, or form. So, okay, if say you have Ohio State football, who brings in millions and millions and millions a year, that's supposed to help fund not just the football program, but the basketball program and the women's basketball program and the hockey program and everything across the board. It's not just supposed to all go to football. And I understand at some level you say, well, they're the ones who bring in the money. They deserve more, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but you don't deserve 5 stars when I'm sitting over here with like a little half a star. You know, maybe you get 4 to my 3. But like, even that's not really fair, but it's the real world we live in here. But you don't get to get everything and then throw scraps, and then you don't get to not promote women's sports, not give them any resources, not give them any time, and then blame them for not producing revenue.
Exactly.
You can't expect these women to perform at the same level when you're feeding them trash food and not giving them weights and not giving them the space to work out, and you're not giving them the motivation to, you're not don't make them thank you for being
That's what I was about to say. That's my thing.
The TV deals are where these schools make their money, is the TV deals. Like, you think about, like, I'm trying to think of the absolute worst ACC school in basketball still gets millions of dollars for men's basketball because of the TV deals we have, because of UNC and Duke and, you know, Florida State now or whatever. So every men's basketball school gets a huge cut of these TV deals. Women's sports aren't televised. They're not promoted. So they don't even get the opportunity to make the revenue.
Right. You can't
put them on TV and people will come.
Yeah.
If you air it, they will come.
You can't trash them for not making revenue when they're not given opportunities to make revenue. I mean, like you said, we can't watch them on TV. That's gone. You can't
USC women were on
not presented in the same way. If I Google NCAA tournament, it takes me to the bros. It takes me to their merch. It takes me to how to watch their games. Like
even fantasy, well, not fantasy, but like brackets and all that shit that you can put your own brackets together. It automatically defaults you to the men's. And how do I get to the women's? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so, like
you have to be given the same opportunity to make money.
Like, I know South Carolina was on a huge roll at the beginning of the season, and then the only time I heard about it was when they lost a game, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, they lost their first, and like, don't hold me to these numbers, like 23 games or something or whatever. Yeah. Well, why didn't you tell us when they were on a streak of 23 wins? Like, you would have told us that if like any men's program was winning 23 straight games. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you don't even cover them, and then you hold them accountable.
Yep.
But you make them feel like they don't belong, and that they should be thankful for the opportunity to be there, which, yeah, maybe they should be, but so should the men. And they make the men feel like they have the right to be there, and thank you for participating, and thank you for coming. And the women, it's like, well, you should be thanking us for letting you come.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it's just gross.
With that bullshit. And I mean, like, we're not over here acting shocked that the NCAA did some dirty ass shit, because they stay hoeing around fucking student athletes. Like, we know that. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't talk about it when it happens for like the 49th time in the last 6 months. You know, like, well, we're still gonna have the conversation. Because that was for whatever reason, that was a lot of an argument I saw, was like, oh, well, the NCAA is always trash. Like, okay,
just let them keep getting away with it.
Like, got it, understand. I totally know, but still.
But hold them accountable. You can't just be like, oh, this guy's a serial killer. He's killed like 42 people. That's just what he does. Like, just let him keep on killing.
Okay.
Like, no. That sounds stupid, doesn't it? It does. But anyway, Marla, tell us what Dick's Sporting Goods did.
So Dick's Sporting Goods stepped up. They tweeted basically and said that to the women in Arlington, I think is where they're at. They were like, hey, we got you. Like, we got a tractor trailer. We're getting weights, putting in a truck right now. We'll be there in a few hours. And they went and they set all the stuff up. It's still not
the same
as good as the men's, but it's a start. And hopefully next year we'll get more.
Doing it. It was Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah, exactly. The NCAA was letting. It almost came off like a bad marketing, like they made a deal. I'm like, hey, Dick's, like, I don't know. It was,
but then the NCAA also afterwards, and not to take away from the women at all, but like some of the men's players started on the day the tournament opened, not NCAA property, a protest on social media talking about how they feel they deserve to be paid for their likeness and image being used. Not even for playing the game, but if you're going to use me in marketing,
you don't make money off me.
Right? If you're going to check. If you're going to use me in video games and stuff like that, like, I'm going to see a check. And then the NCAA comes out like a week later and they're like, well, we have agreed to meet with players. Like they're doing some big favor. Like, you are supposed to be there for the players. That's what you were there for. You were put in place to make sure universities did not abuse student athletes. So you just took that over for the universities?
Yeah, like, you just ramped it up a notch and did it all on your own? Like, anyway.
I don't understand. But Sedona Prince
is a queen.
Yes.
Yeah. And she's only 20 years old.
Damn good basketball, too, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's 6'7". Just wanted to point that out there. Holy shit. So she is a forward for the Ducks. She started at the University of Texas. She grew up in Liberty Hill, Texas, and she transferred to Oregon in 2019. And the Ducks, you know, they've got some big shoes to fill. Sabrina Ionescu, who was their like superstar last year, got drafted by the New York Liberty. So she's going to be a WNBA player. So, you know, Sedona has some big shoes to fill, but they're kicking butt. They upset Georgia, which is always hilarious to me. And they are going to play...
sorry, dog fans.
Who are they playing? Yeah. Sorry, dog fans. They're playing Louisville tonight at 7. So they are... I think they're the 6th seed now. They made the Sweet 16. I don't know exactly. But, yeah, so they are killing it. She's doing awesome. And she broke her tibia and fibula in 2018. So
wow.
I think it was 2018. Yeah, in a tournament in Mexico City, she was playing for a USA U18 team, and so she's
leg. Yikes.
Yeah, like the whole bottom half of the leg. So she's already overcoming adversity and like speaking up for what she knows isn't right, or speaking up against what she knows isn't right. So, and she's only 20 years old, so she turns 21 in May. So that's awesome.
But the thing is, how she handled it and how the NCAA reacted were kind of hilarious, because she didn't necessarily speak out. She made a TikTok video saying this is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like some big, like, I'm gonna stand up to the man, like, make a huge deal out of it. It was just this TikTok video of this is what it is. Now, they should feel guilty about it, and it should have played out how it's played out. But you know what I mean? Like, she's just like, she didn't go looking for things. It was just like, this is what's right in front of us, and people need to see it.
Yeah.
So, see, social media can be used for good. It's not just hiding behind burners and being assholes. So,
pay attention.
And on to our AL team updates.
Baseball.
Let's go to Houston.
So, the Astros, remember last week I was like, yeah, they lost every single game they played this week. Improvement. We improved.
They won Carlos Correa.
I'm getting to that, okay? I'm trying to go with the wins first. They won 3 games, lost a couple. Zach Greinke I fucking love Zach Greinke so much. Like, I fucking love him so much. Any interview he ever does is like fucking gold. Anyways, love him. Carlos Correa was offered a less than ideal extension from the Astros. It was like 6 years, $120 million, I believe. Way less than what he would make in free agency. Not just like a little bit, not just like a hometown discount, but like way less. So obviously he said no. And I tried to do a little digging, because like I saw Astros, like actual Astros fans being like, yeah, but there's still dialogue going on. But the article made it sound like there wasn't. So kind of tried to dig, didn't really get anywhere except for Astros fans think they're still talking.
His press conference made it sound like, no, if you want to come back with a better offer, you can. But I ain't gonna waste time on you.
You know where to find me.
Carlos is basically like, I'm gonna just go out and ball the fuck out and make my money, honey. Fuck these hoes, because they offered me like $6.
Have you seen the memes where it's like Bregman's like, now I'm going to have to stare a bitch down? Like,
yeah. So I don't know. It's not looking good on
I feel front. Like with the Astros, if your entire pitching staff is out and you don't have Bradley anymore, and I mean, Carlos Correa, as much as he's a jerk, is a good ball player.
Yeah, he's a good ball player. And not only that, but he stepped in all this like cheating fiasco. He may not have stepped up the way everyone would have stepped up, but he did step up and kind of give him a voice. You know what I mean? He wasn't fucking Alex Bregman's dumbass out there like, I would like to apologize. Fuck off, bro. That's the fakest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I'm supposed to say I'm sorry.
I'd like to Applegate apologize. Sorry.
Yeah, like he like I said, it might not have been the voice we all would. Honestly though, let me be real. It's probably the voice I would have done. I probably would have been like, you know what? Fuck
Here's
you
one thing. Y'all would
so what? We cheated. We fucking won, and they ain't gonna do shit about it. So fuck off.
Exactly. Because y'all hate me anyway, so I'm gonna give you a reason to hate me. But the thing about Carlos Correa, and like, we're not besties. I don't know him. But how I am is, if you had come at me with a decent offer, maybe a little bit of a hometown discount, but a decent offer, I probably would have wanted to stay. But if you give me that, like, you better step it way up, and you ain't getting no damn discount.
Yeah.
You better outbid everybody else from here on out.
Yeah, because he knows, all those guys know, like, it's gonna be a long time, if not never, before baseball fans get over this, you know? Right. So he knows he's gonna have to deal with that no matter where he goes, because he was involved. But if he stays in Houston, he knows he's gonna have to listen to this fucking bullshit about banging trash cans and did you wear a buzzer and fuck off. Nobody cares.
But also, you can tell from the first round of players, like, well, I mean, some had gotten out before last year, but with him going, like, last year, and like the players that have gotten out, other teams will take you. They only care about winning ball games. Like, okay, it might be a little bit distraction for a little while that they're going to boo you every time you come to the plate, but they don't care if you're a good ball player. So he knows that.
Ain't nobody talking about Brian McCann.
Exactly. Yeah. AJ, his job back. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, well, I mean, a better job, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, people have gone places. He knows he's not stuck to Houston because nobody. Right. He knows he's not stuck there because nobody else is going to want him.
Exactly. Because like you said, at the end of the day, he's a good ball player. And all these teams, actually not all these teams care about, but some of these teams, all they care about is winning. Some of these teams
I would love to see him on the A's with Mike Fiers, though. I think that would be hilarious.
That would be interesting.
Or on the Dodgers with Joe Kelly. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun.
I can't...
I don't remember if it was a Dodgers fan or a Yankees fan, but somebody had photoshopped Correa into, I think it was a Yankees fan had photoshopped Correa into a Yankees fan and put something, caption like, I gotta wrap my mind around being able to deal with this or something. I don't know, it was funny.
Yankees are as bad as Braves with like every like Seager's not even on the table yet, and they're like, I can't wait to see him in pinstripe.
I have seen probably just as many pictures of Corey Seager in pinstripes as I've seen of Corey Seager in Dodgers blue, honestly.
But he actually looked really good in pinstripes because they got his under eye circles out of the picture. Yep. And his face scarf was all gone. He looked pretty good, actually. But anyway, so, you know, who else is going to look really good this season? Matt Harvey, who made the roster for the Orioles.
Woohoo! Yeah. Number 2 starter. God bless the Orioles.
I don't think the O's can even have a bullpen game though, because I don't know if they have a bullpen. You know, last night.
Up there.
So I didn't realize the Braves game was actually on my TV, but it was. So I watched like the last 4 innings, and all they talked about was the Orioles pitcher that used to be a model and an actor, and now he's a pitcher. And they're like, and he's so good at baseball. And I'm like, is he though?
Is he?
Is he?
I mean, on the Orioles, yeah.
But they beat
He's good
Rays.
at baseball.
He's better than most of America. Yeah. But they did beat the Rays, the Pirates, and the Yankees this week. So go O's.
There you go.
You know, I just think our playoff chances went up to 1% from 0%. So there's always a chance. You never know. I just love reading MLB's like season predictions, and like some of them were like the Braves, it's their year to make the World Series, or like Blue Jays, young talent comes home to roost, and Orioles were like still rebuilding.
Loading.
Please like hold. I think we're like pouring the foundation still, actually, guys. But
there's something wrong with the permits. A lot of red tape. We're a little backed up. We'll get there.
Bless their
Blue Jays also beat the Yankees this week, but then they also lost to them. So life is about balance. They were 4-1-1 this week. They tied with the Tigers on Thursday, and so it was a basic blah kind of week. Nothing crazy exciting happened as far as the games go. And then they auctioned the 2 guys Bisons, and then Kirby Yates, who was the presumptive closer, is apparently going to be getting Tommy John. Yep. He's going to be out all season.
Yep.
So that's awesome.
And
What is awesome is apparently the Braves were going to make an offer on him, I guess. And then we're like, nah, you asking too much, bro. And backed out. Yeah. Did you see that? Yes. Did I imagine that?
No, that's right. Yeah. Or, I mean, I saw that they had interest. And then obviously didn't sign him. Yeah, the Blue Jays had a rough injury week.
Like, someone has interest, and then you figure out when their interest drops, so you know, like, when you start pushing too high.
Yeah. And Robbie Ray has a bruised elbow, and he might miss a spring start. Nobody knows. And George Springer has a grade 2 oblique strain, and he's questionable but hopeful for opening day. So I've never strained an oblique, but I can't imagine it goes away in 4 days.
Yeah.
So I'm not overly confident.
Here's
I've been wrong before.
Thing about strains is
better than a
like
sprain.
There's so many different grades. Like, it could just be like, ooh, my side felt twingy when I was swinging, or it could be like, bro,
grade
it's
2, but you know, and like pain is subjective, so like it's hard to.
And who are they opening against? Who do they open up against?
I don't know. What do you think? I'm a Blue Jays fan or something? I don't fucking know. Jeez.
Also, they had that.
There are some teams that really want to win their opening series. Like, let's get the year started off right. And then there's some teams that are like, take an extra week's rest. We're like the Preds over here. Just get healthy and then come back to us.
Also, not to pile on or anything, but don't forget Anthony Kay came out of the game yesterday. He had he's a pitcher. He has a leg contusion, which, so a bruise, but also I didn't see it. So, like, did he get hit by a line drive? Because that shit fucking hurt, and I'm not going to pitch for a few days at least.
So what I'm hearing here is that everyone's pitching staff is hurt except for the Orioles, who don't even have to.
Yeah, so pitching.
So the key to not having an injured pitching staff is to not have a pitching staff. That's
problem solved.
Why didn't anyone think of these things?
They've talked about in books that your contract year, players have less injuries because they'll play through them because they don't want to look like sickly before they have to renegotiate or whatever. And so I wonder if, like, having a lot of these guys who are like making their second run or trying to break in or whatever, not saying other guys are like faking it or being weak or whatever, but those guys are like, oh yeah, that line drive hit me in the shin, whatever, bro, shake it off, I'm out here, I'm good. Like, whereas a normal person would be like,
I'm fucking dying.
My next start. You do a bullpen night or something. Give me next time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they open against the Yankees and then they go to play in Texas. So
you know what? I would just wait out the Yankees. You know what? You don't need to win that series.
Yeah, don't kill yourself first week April. It's not worth it. It's still cold up here, you know.
Who even cares about April baseball for real? That's me. I mean, like, play it, please. Don't take that.
Yes.
I mean, take it away, universe. That's not what I meant. I just meant that it's a long season.
So on the flip side, do we think spring training is too long? Because a lot of these injuries are coming out in. So are these people like, I want to make these diving catches? Like, who is that guy who like made that awesome catch and now he's out for like weeks? You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, the White Sox.
Yes, in the red jersey.
Yes. And he actually didn't.
Was it Jimenez? Iglesias?
Yes.
Okay.
It was Jimenez, and he didn't make the catch, so that actually is worse. And his pectoral muscle is torn, and he is out for 5 to 6 months.
Yeah. So
in a maybe I know spring training games have to happen. I know we have to have spring training, but it is, to me, in my opinion, at least 2 weeks too long. Because now at this point, like, every time I see the lineup drop for the day and it's like our real guys lineup, I'm like, fuck no, Like, at this point, just bubble wrap them, bro. Bubble wrap them. Let's go.
Literally, or like, what if Pache is supposed to be like diving to like save some home run or whatever? Not diving, jumping, like to save a home run, and then like, God forbid, you know what I mean? Like, and then we have to start the season with Ender.
Like, no, I have Ender. Why are you so afraid?
We've had injuries all spring training. And you have injuries every spring training. I'm not saying that. But I do feel like the last maybe 2 weeks, but definitely the last week has kind of been like, holy shit. I mean, Luke Voigt just got hurt. He's out for we don't really know how long.
Tukey on the IL.
Tukey went.
Tukey.
60 day.
I feel like if it was, I don't know how to say this without sounding sketch as fuck. I feel like they put him on the IL to save him from going down. Does that make sense?
I don't know. With it being 60 day, I think he's hurt.
Well, I mean, I think he's I think he's hurt, but I think they didn't.
No, I know what you mean. Like, but I think he's hurt. Like, I think he's actually hurt, and I think it's
like needs something done.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a tweet that's like, fucking Tukey Toussaint underwent successful surgery today or some shit.
Which, by the way,
I hope I'm wrong. I fucking hope I'm wrong.
If you need to do surgery on him, do it like tomorrow. Don't wait till August.
Yeah. Hope you're okay, Tukey, by the way. He was doing so good. He was doing so good.
He was doing so good.
I don't know that Tukey will ever be a starter for us. He definitely could be starter, other places, I'm sure. He probably will never be a starter for us. But he can be such a good
he would have been
long relief.
I think he would have been the opener over Noah at this point. So for the Braves rotation, for those people who aren't Braves fans but listen to us anyway, like I personally think they're almost like kind of leaving that spot, holding it ish for Soroka. Plus, they just don't have another starter. But like they're straight up building in a bullpen day into the rotation pretty much, with an opener, and then which we did fairly often last year just because of the pace of the schedule and like how insane it was, and then we had no. Yeah, we had no starters except for Freed. But
opening day starter Freed.
Yay!
But
I feel like that would have gone to Tukey if he was not on the IL, and that makes me sad because like he's one of those that like you just really want, and he's like right there, like he could have really been. But speaking of guys who will probably start somewhere. And not for the Braves is one Johan Camargo, which makes my heart sad.
I'm so disappointed.
Yeah. I don't know, man. To be quite honest, we had like a bunch of moves yesterday that I high key didn't love. To be quite honest,
release Kipnis, Lamb.
I'm not the general manager. I do not know what I'm doing. So y'all go ahead and do you. But I didn't like it.
He left his bat in the Dominican League. I guess I don't know. I really had high hopes, and it was like he forgot how to play when he came back to America. Not that he forgot.
I can't imagine how much pressure he's probably putting on himself.
Yeah,
and like he knows he can do it, but it's like, I've done this thing great here, but then you go back to where you struggle, and it's just you're in that same environment, and I just feel so bad for him.
Like he's going to be one of those players who, like, I mean, Adam Duvall is obviously going to get like 6 3-run home run games off of us this year when he plays for the Marlins. Yeah. Like it's just that kind of move environment. He's going to do awesome one day. But yeah, Kipnis is gone. Lamb got chopped. I just wanted to say that. Who else? Like there were.
Panda made the team.
Panda did make the team, but his bat's been like.
It has been. He's done well. Because whatever day that was, a few days ago, right before they made all these cuts, it may have been Friday's game. It was definitely a late in the week game. They put out a lineup that was definitely like a put up or shut up lineup. Like y'all all might not make the team, or you all might. And that game, I think he went like 2 for 3. So, he has done well. It's just fucking public. What the fuck is he gonna do? We don't have DH. The fuck is he gonna do? Anyways, whatever.
But so remember they used some at third, and Riley. I think Riley's developing, and Riley's definitely coming into his own.
You better.
But if Riley gets,
it's Riley's year to like do the damn thing.
He does not do some shit, but soon, I love Riley and your gorgeous eyes. And I hope you do well. We all want you to do well. Braves country is behind you 100%. But not to put like a timetable on this shit. But if you don't get your fucking shit together before the trade deadline, there's no reason the Braves don't go get a third base.
Well, and I think here's the reason Panda, I think, is there. One, he can maybe, I don't know how much coaching he does like behind the scenes or whatever with Riley, but also if Riley gets hurt or if Riley needs a day off or whatever, I mean, he can play third base, just maybe, against the Orioles.
Confidence.
But Adrianaza, we need that lesson.
Adrianza.
Yeah. Adrianza is the player that people are like, who do you think is going to show up in spring training that nobody's really ever heard of? And we all kind of agreed, like, he seems like one that could do it.
Yeah.
And bam, he made it. Bryce Wilson got optioned to the alternate training site, but I think we see him later in the year, just not quite.
He's just not there yet.
They just
but he's still a baby. Almonte got outrighted to the alternate site. Nate Jones got picked up. I'm trying to look at what else. But that was pretty much, I guess, the big moves.
Yeah.
A lot of people were sad about Camargo, but like they said the same thing. And then he would do great somewhere else. And then is it just this organization for some reason it's not working for him? And then everybody from here to MLB Network to ESPN to God knows where. If I hear it one more time, it's Dansby's breakout year. He just has to stay healthy. Bro, how many years in a row have we said this about Dansby? Like, he's always going to be consistent, and he's not a bad player. But for years we've said, oh, it's his chance to break out. Like, it's kind of getting to the point I'm like, this might be, like, he's good. I'm not saying he's not good. Nobody at me. But
yeah,
this to me, the Dansby we got. You know?
He's not going to become a giant superstar overnight.
Yeah, Dansby kind of did have a breakout year last year, but we all ignore that because it was only 60 games, and I understand that. That's a small sample size. You can't put a whole lot of weight in it. But I mean, I guess we'll see. Dansby.
I feel like Dansby's kind of like the next Freddie, obviously at a different position, but kind of like really good, really consistent, like buy into the organization. But is he going to be the next face of the MLB? Probably not.
Yeah, and Dansby he's in that same class with all the, like, a lot of really, really, really good MLB players are shortstops. Right. So right now, especially, like, shortstop is the superstar position. So he's kind of up against the wall regardless. Because, I mean, you've got...
Yeah, it's a stiff competition.
You've got, like, it's not like... I mean, first base, like Freddie Freeman's the best first baseman, but also like fucking, okay, who else you got? Pete Alonso? Fuck off.
Right.
Okay. You got Choi, but Choi's just more like for splitsies. Like,
it's flashy.
I mean, true. But, I don't know. And then, of course, we all think, sorry, I'm reading. So we asked our listeners, like, what they thought, like, on Twitter right before. And so we think Acuna's going to destroy the fish sticks, which...
Love that.
Love that. Even
I
though
don't think I've given love to his yellow accents enough. I know I've given him a lot of love, but I still don't think it's enough because I fucking love the yellow accents in his uniform. The fact that it's the Venezuelan flag is just a little like fucking love the yellow accents. Anyways, I'm sorry. Continue.
Wendy's excited about Adrianza. Full season Apache in center field. And we really do think he'll start, so I think that would be great. The rotation, especially when Soroka returns, which we've seen him tossing, but we don't have an update. I feel like how the Braves do shit, they'll just one Tuesday, they'll be like, Soroka's activated and we'll be starting tonight. And we'll be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably not. I'm sure they'll start him in Gwinnett first, but maybe not because AAA is starting a month late. Who knows?
Yeah, they did mention at one point that he might throw start a game in training. No, because he's been doing that, but that he might start an actual spring training game. Personally, I don't need that. I'm good. Like,
Yeah,
I don't need to see
rush him
Mike
back.
Soroka till May, to be quite honest. Like,
Right.
you just take
Again,
April and do
I would rather you take your time, baby, and come back healthy.
Yeah.
Than
Yeah.
But if you can come back healthy next week, that's also okay. But be healthy first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
So, man, I'm excited for that though. But take your time. But I'm very excited for that.
We think 40-40 for Acuna. Being non-biased podcasters, do we think that?
420-69.
That is not.
I don't.
It's gonna do it. You watch.
Sorry, somebody just scored and I couldn't see who it was for the glare, but it was not us. Anyway.
No, it was Tampa Bay.
I think Ronnie's gonna be in his mind going for 50-50.
Yeah, I agree because y'all, we don't, or like maybe not. We don't give it enough credit, but I kind of quickly forget how close he was in 2019. Had he not been like hurt or strained that leg or whatever it was that happened, because I think he ended the year with like 37 steals and he had over 40 homers.
And he did not play all the games to the end of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he hurt
we had already
leg or whatever it was, and he was out. He went on the IL for like maybe 2 weeks or something before playoffs started, which is fine. I appreciate that because that shows, I'm playing for the team. I'm not playing for me, because he could have gunned it out and played and tried to get that personal accomplishment and then possibly injured himself and not been able to help the team in October. So props to him for doing that, and props to the team for recognizing that he was possibly going to injure himself. Anyways, whatever. I forget how close he was. Like, he was right there. So and the fact that obviously he couldn't have done it last year, I think he's going to be even hungrier for it. I think Vegas has him hitting like 42 home runs or something, or it's probably like
over 40.
3/4 or something, because they fucking don't make any sense, but whatever. It's over 40. So, and he hit over 40 in 2019. It was like 43 or something. I don't remember. It doesn't fucking matter. But it was over 40. So I think he makes it easily, and it'll be really exciting.
Yes. And somebody was sad about Lamb being cut because they wanted to see what he did as Brave. Well, he did crap. Well, not crap as a Brave, but he didn't do enough to make the team. That's what he did. We're excited about Charlie Morton pitching, which I'm excited about Charlie Morton. I'm also excited that we didn't just go by his name and stick him out there as opening day. We let Max Fried have it, so that was nice. Ian Anderson proving it. Soroka returning. Riley putting it together, ? Which we've commented on. And who is this year's dude in the bullpen? That's a good question.
Yeah, because
PD.
Yeah,
AJ Minter coming back.
I want AJ Minter to be a lights out closer, and obviously he's proven that he can do that. I mean, he's proven he can be an opener if we want him to. But I mean, he's proven he can do that, and he has. For me, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's the hair or the little, not Kimbrel lean down, but the little bit of a lean down before he delivers, or it's the Texas thing, and I just know he's from Texas, so I'm immediately intimidated. But he has an intimidation factor.
Right.
Which is what a closer needs. I mean, Mark Melanson was a closer. He's intimidating because he kind of looks like a robot. And he fucking throws the shit out of the baseball. So maybe AJ's things like, I'm from Texas and I have a mullet and I'm going to fucking rock your shit.
Oh, yeah.
He was hitting like 100 at some points last year. Like, I don't know. So maybe him. Sean Newcomb is not going to be in our bullpen because we're going to trade him. Tiki Toussaint's hurt. Who else is out there? Fucking Josh Tomlin.
I'm here for it.
Okay, if we see somebody other than 2020 Josh Tomlin. 2020 Josh Tomlin was not my favorite.
But I have to give 2020 just fucks us up, because I'm like, if they're really good, I'm like, oh, they were good, but it was 2020. Yeah. But if they were bad, I'm like, oh, they were bad, but it was 2020. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not gonna hold it against you.
Life in general, no matter what happened last year, I'm like, it was 2020.
Like, I'm not gonna hold it against you. I'm not going to dedicate the closer role to you yet. And then if Luke Jackson gets back to 2018 Luke Jackson, we got to dig a little deep for that, baby. But if you get back there, then hey. But I think this is the year Luke Jackson needs to either do it or, like, move out of the way.
Yeah.
Grant Dayton.
I've never been a huge Jason fan, and I don't know why. Like, I don't hate him. He's just kind of like, he takes up innings, I guess.
Smiley's
a starter, though.
Sorry, I was just reading through pictures. I was trying to figure out. I don't think this is updated.
He damn well better start for what we paid him.
Yeah, he
right?
is.
Oh, yeah.
But
you have me questioning myself. I'm like,
yeah, I want to say I'm gonna go with it's gonna be AJ Minter. That's who that's gonna be my pick. That's gonna be
I feel like his song too when he comes out would be like the most like Texas Tornado or Cotton Eye Joe.
What is it? Because I think
redneck.
No, it has a vibe. It has a vibe. What do you call those songs? It's not a walk-up song. What do you call those?
I don't know, but I just remember like the gates opening, the like outfield fence opening, and then like Enter Sandman playing, and you're just like, oh, y'all gonna die now.
Fucking find that. I don't want to know his walk-up song. I don't give a shit.
Entrance song?
Yeah. Also,
pitchers still have to hit.
AJ Minter has the fun Texas A&M anecdote, that video, you know, get Minter ready in the bullpen when that's funny. Okay, entrance song. This is off topic. What's next? Oh,
okay. So let's keep reading through these. Okay, there's Soroka, Lamb, blah blah blah.
Yes.
Ray smart ass to see if base running has improved.
Yeah, that wasn't necessary.
Ashland has your address. Where do you know that, right?
Yeah, like that's
fine.
And so I think we'll be good this year. I don't know. The thing about the Braves that's always hilarious, not hilarious to me, but it seems like there's always this element to the Braves. I'm like, we can be fantastic, but this year I actually feel like this is like it. Like, I wish we had gotten Melanson back or something. You know what I mean? Like, but we didn't.
Yeah. I will say, when I was listening to the TPP that #ad Talking Baseball does for every team, when I was listening to the Braves one, I'd kind of forgotten how many people left. Because I mean, Melanson's gone, Shane Green's gone, still out there for some reason.
Shane Green's going here? That's what I was wondering.
No, he's still unsigned. So somebody needs to get on the phone and figure out what the fuck is going on. Is he asking for too much money? Does he think he's fucking like? I don't know. I need to know what's going on. I need to know what's going on because
is he looking for more than 1 year?
Yeah, like what's
one of those
happening?
cardinal sins.
I want to know. But anyway, I will say that did some of the names that they said. I was like, oh wait, they're gone. Like forgot about them. I mean, Darren O'Day was like basically fake as far as we were all concerned. But then last year he did really good. So and now he's a Yankee. So I don't know. The Braves have to fucking win. But anyways.
But the thing about our pitching staff that never bothers me, and I feel like it should, is it can be a whole bunch of people nobody outside of Atlanta / that follows them like recognizes, and they still somehow find a way to win.
We made it to the NLCS last year.
And that we got Azuna back. We have Pache starting, who is phenomenal. We have obviously Ronnie's still there. Ozzy's healthy. Dansby there. Freddie's there. Hot corner, who knows what's going to happen. Hopefully Riley steps it up. We have TDA at catcher. And behind him, we have the best Contreras brother, just in case something happens, which knock on wood, hope it doesn't. But, and they were talking about that during the game a little bit today.
Yeah, that's not, unfortunately, we don't, because they're keeping Contreras at AAA and Jackson's back.
But they were talking about this today because I was confused about that. They were saying they were keeping him at AAA so they can make sure that he's playing every day and getting his at-bats and everything. So if they have to call someone up, I mean, obviously not in-game, but like, you know, like something happens overnight, or whatever, that they can pull Contreras up and put him in versus having him just riding the bench, and then you have to throw somebody in there who hasn't played
regular. Yeah, because I mean the thing is, with last year being weird, he hasn't played AAA, so it's
So it's kind of like he's not technically the backup, but I feel like he is.
But he is. He's the catcher of the future because we have. Right. Travis is done after this year, right? Wasn't it just 2 years? I think it was just 2 years. I think he's done after this year. So
contractually, maybe not in his heart. We don't know where he stands.
Yeah, we don't know. But 2022,
especially if we get a ring for him this year,
a superior Contreras could be our everyday catcher.
Now we did lose Nicholas Markakis. We are still mourning that loss.
MLB as a whole lost Nicky Markakis, and we're all really sad about it. But we'll see him again when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame.
That's right. Plan your 2025.
He's probably just show up like with a freshly shaved face and like Rome and be like, yes, I'm an 18-year-old prospect from Greece. Speaking line about your age. So our draft this week is, first we were going to do players walk-up songs, and then we're like, but those aren't as hard to find as I thought they might be. But then we're like, now let's do our walk-up songs, what they would be. So Ashlyn, how about you tell everyone's your favorite player walk-up song? Before we start.
Y'all, please don't come for me. Not y'all, because I know y'all agree, maybe. But like as a whole, we all love Freddie Freeman, but I fucking hate his walk-up song. What is it? Let the Drummer Kick? Is that the actual name of the song? I don't know. Fucking Citizen Cope, I think is who sings it. I don't fucking know, bro.
Maybe it was Alex Reds, whoever it was who got in a fight with Citizen Cope on Twitter last year, at us, because I do want to know who that was.
I don't know.
Am I the only one that remembers that?
I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember that.
I think it was also Grant said something. I think Grant said something about the song or whatever, and then Rakes or Cape or somebody was like, that's the dumbest song ever, and it's stupid, and how can it get anyone hyped to play, blah, blah, blah. And Citizen Cope came back and was like, actually, I wrote that when I lived in Atlanta and told this whole long-ass story, and we're all like, don't care. Your song sucks.
Still sucks. I mean, obviously it works for Freddie, and I guess, honestly, it maybe kind of matches, because, like, if Freddie tried to walk up to, like, some fucking rager shit, I'd be like, Dad, what are you doing? Stop. Because Freddie's been a dad since...
Please turn off the trap
mayonnaise and walk-up song.
This is not for you.
Like,
it doesn't bother me. I don't care. it's whatever.
Okay, do you have like an iconic walk-up song like you always think of, Marla? Like that goes with a person?
Well, I mean, Cervelli had That's Amore, but I don't pay attention to walk-up songs that much. Cervelli, That's Amore. I just had to pat the ball a little bit. The ball.
What did Jay call him?
Baseball behind me for like those not watching.
Your mom's boyfriend right after her first divorce. Isn't that what Jay called Cervelli?
Who cares? Sign me up. Where's that? I'll get divorced right now. Francisco Cervelli is my next boyfriend.
Call my lawyer.
I am not playing with you. But yeah.
I don't really. I mean, his was fun. And there's been some fun ones that I'll notice in the moment, but I don't really remember them later.
Right. And two, I will say, I feel like on TV, I don't pay attention to them. Like, I only pay them because you don't hear them, or if you do hear them, it's a very short amount. So if you're not going to a ton of in-game games, then I can see how Gonzaga's still unbeaten.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, ESPN just alerted me. Don't give a shit, but whatever. If you don't go to a lot of in-person games, I guess you don't really get that much out of it. It's not a big
part of the TV experience.
Right.
The baseball team I watch the most is like 2,000 miles away from me, so don't get that a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it's your week to go first, though, about what song you would have as your walkout.
Did we do 3? Because I chose 3 different ones.
Perfect.
And,
yeah. I feel like 3 is fine. That's our normal amount.
This is like a draft, but it's also just, I feel if there's overlap, I'm going to be surprised.
Yeah.
I only chose 3. I usually have like 10 picks ready.
We already know Ash chose swag surfing for one of hers. We know this.
I have, as my first one, Pink, Get the Party Started.
Love it.
Sorry.
Love it.
I'm just that it fits.
Pink is a queen. Is it my turn next? Are we doing in the letter order?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good song. It's
my first pick is a song called Raise Hell by Dorothy, who probably most people don't really listen to, but you should go listen to Raise Hell by Dorothy because that bitch is a queen and it's a fucking great Monday morning song.
Do I need to listen to it when I'm not already mad though? Like,
no, it doesn't make you mad. It's not Raise Hell as in like, let's fuck shit up in that way. It's Raise Hell like we're just about to go out and fucking dominate. I listen to it literally every Monday morning. It's my fucking Monday morning song. It gets me ready to like do shit. So it would be a great walk-up song for me. Because I'd fucking crush the shit out of the ball every time. Fucking try me, bro. I'm gonna just start having walk-up music in life, I think.
You really should. So my walk-up song is gonna be Shocker, but it's gonna be Raise Up by P. Pablo. Would obviously be my walk-up song.
Love it.
And then my second one, I had a couple debating in my mind, but The Champ by Nelly, even though he's a Cardinals fan.
Oh yeah, that's a good song though.
Mm-hmm. And it has a good beat, and like it's like enough to get you hyped, but not so much you're like, ah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not your turn.
It's not. But I just had a great idea for one that's not on my list. I can't wait until it's my turn.
Yes, it is. Wait.
No, it's you.
Oh yeah, Snake's back.
Oh, so it does. Never
mind. Okay, so we might have to fight Disney.
I'm just so used to the alphabetical. I can't do backwards.
We might have to fight Disney on this. But how fucking cool would it be if my fucking walk-up music was the Imperial March?
That would be cool.
Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you played in pinstripes, though. Bro. I hope you never do.
So
I almost made that the song that I walked down the aisle to at our wedding.
That would have been amazing.
But Ben told me not to. So
he didn't want everyone to know how evil you were. Like his entire side would have been like, I object.
I'm sorry.
Wait, is this man being held hostage
right now?
Yes.
Huh? I know spring training doesn't count, but it is 16-5 right now.
Listen, why are they doing this right now when we're fucking...
Hernandez? What Hernandez? There's like 82 of them on every team. What Hernandez is in right now?
Moises Gomez.
His ass is like, I don't even want to go. I want to go straight back to the Fire Frogs that don't even belong in our organization anymore. That's what he's pitching for right now.
We're putting him to the Otterbots. It's my turn again. It is.
Yes.
Eminem, Lose Yourself.
Love it.
That's a good one.
And then my final one would be Iron Maiden, Run to the Hills. Sorry.
Okay, is my turn again? I like Iron Maiden, and that's a good song. So, and you would hit the shit out of the ball after you listen to that. So that's perfect. It's my turn again, right?
No.
Yes.
We have to go back to the Snake.
Yeah, I went.
Win, and then Marla. Wait.
And it's my turn. We're so bad at this. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking going. We did skip you.
You got 2 ones already.
You go, but if you pick one of my 3 remaining songs, I will kill you. But you go.
I guarantee you, I'm not gonna pick your 3 remaining songs because my third and final pick is not Swag Surfing because I didn't think of it, but that would have been a good one. My third and final pick is Queen of My Double Wide Trailer because sometimes you have to lean into the stereotype. Okay, just lean into it, and that's a fucking good ass song.
Go on, Crimson White with your bad self.
That's a good ass song now.
It is a good song. So my last two were between Jump Around by House Pain, which is both good and has special meaning to UNC and our basketball team. Of course it does. But then another one I saw while I was looking was The Man by Aloe Beck, which I really love. And back when I used to run, like I'd always put it on for like that last little push. And then I found out Big Papi David Ortiz used to walk up to it.
Oh,
so
that's
cool. Like, I got to. So The Man by Aloe Beck is my third and final pick.
Nice.
Love it.
Another one on the list I saw was Humble by Kendrick Lamar, which I feels like that's a good one. It was an honorable mention. Ashley, what did you put in?
I just thought of Bonfire by Childish
Gambino. I really hope people are watching our YouTube.
I don't know. You ever just do something that feels right? You're fine.
I just really hope. See, this is why people need to watch the YouTube, because you can watch as like our cups get emptier. It just goes.
I just have to. It's really hard for me to sit here. For those who don't know, we record Mansplain Hockey elsewhere right before we record Mansplain Baseball elsewhere, and that's like 30 minutes, and we're sitting at an hour and 12 minutes right now on this one, and I don't ever sit for this long, and it's hard for me. So I'm sorry.
I'm still getting my walking minutes though, because my stand thing on my Apple Watch, because I move my hand so much.
Yeah, it's like maybe she is standing up. We don't know.
Maybe. So we have another draft, and then we're almost done, I promise. Birds with Balls, international lineup. We're on third base this week.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mallory became our
website. Yeah, Mallory did become our shortstop, aka Dansby Swanson is Mr. Mallory.
Yep.
Right.
Lucky man.
He is really lucky. Hope he wins a ring this year so he can give her one. So the third baseman is supposedly defensively strongest behind the shortstop. Mm-hmm. So like second strongest defensively on the team. That's why they call it the hot corner, because shit's happening there all the time. They're bigger, stronger, and more capable of power hitting though than the shortstop normally. Mm-hmm. If you've compared butts between Riley and Swanson, this checks out. They have a strong arm because they have to throw all the way across the diamond. It's really far.
Yep.
Not good at math, but whatever the square of 90 plus 90 plus the hypotenuse. Anyway,
not a geometry pod.
So, and then you have to have good reflexes. Are we shifted? Is it coming up the line? Am I throwing them out at first? And what am I like? Am I throwing it home? What am I doing? What am I doing? You have to know all those things. You also, I guess, have to be kind of intelligent, like at least baseball wise. And for the Braves, you have to hunt. I think is a prerequisite to being a legendary third baseman.
I think that's true. Actually, that checks out.
Yes. And then apparently online told me that big forearms are a good indicator of a good third baseman.
I will be an official forearm inspector if they need one.
I feel
forearms
like that's
means
more
something
like a
totally
power
different
hitting.
to me.
I feel like that's a power hitting, aka you've been single a long time or something.
You're lonely. You're super fucking lonely, bro. But maybe you're lonely because you've been working on your swing
right now. All right.
Yeah, you've been spending too much time in the batting cages and not,
trying to
I don't know.
Be with women. Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry
about that.
But Riley is happily married, so I did not look at these ladies' forearms because I don't know. But Ashlyn gets to pick first this week.
Okay, so I'm going to be really, what's the word? Transparent, I guess. I picked with straight heart this week. There's not a whole lot of logic in this pick.
Well, that's what we love here at Mansplain.
But I just feel like.
Are you saying women are too emotional when it comes to sports and we don't use our brains?
No, it was more, I had too much beer last night and I didn't want to use my brain this morning. Okay. So I really just think Alex Morgan would look super cool playing third base.
I do think that.
So
that would be.
Alex Morgan kind of looks cool doing whatever she does. So there's that.
True.
But if you don't know who Alex Morgan is, please pay attention. She plays for the U.S. women's soccer team. She's a fucking queen, and she's also...
She's 5'7".
Okay, so not super tall, but fine. I feel like Josh Donaldson's not super tall. I don't know. I'm making that up. Anyway, so yeah, I feel like she'd be really good. Plus, hot corner.
I'm not sure how tall Riley is.
I feel like Riley's like, he's probably like 6 foot.
I probably don't think he's tall because he's still like stout. And you think people like Freddie as being super tall because they look like
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think
Donaldson is 6'1".
Okay, I totally had him at like 5'10". 100% had him at 5'10". Sorry, Josh.
Austin Riley is 6'3".
Oh no!
I do think because you know what I mean. Like you think like the
center of gravity is a little lower. You focus on that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me.
And the legendary Chipper Jones was 6'4", and like I don't know. I guess if you put him beside someone, but he's always beside Freddie, and Freddie's giant too. So you never
6'3", 220 is like. Anyway, sorry, that's off topic.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I picked. Well, kind of. I thought about 3 different women for this, and I'll tell you why. So I found a list of Sports Illustrated 50 most fittest female athletes. So I was like, why didn't I find this 4 weeks ago? This would help my life a lot. And like Katie Ledecky was really high on the list. She's like the female swimming like Olympic champion of all of life. Like she's amazing. But then, like, so having been a swimmer competitively for 13 years growing up, I was like, most of us don't have good hand-eye coordination. I feel like that'd be important. But I don't know Katie personally, but I was like, let's see if there's someone better on the list, right? So then I look at Misty Copeland, who's a ballet dancer, and I'm like, wow, she's like just body type, like, and she's lithe, and like, you know, she has to have good reflexes, and like, she can do like all those, like, be like tagging the base and throwing the ball at the same time. Like, I just feel like she could. But she's only 5'2", so you're out. Then Charlotte Flair from the WWE was on this list, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she'd have a little Josh Donaldson intimidation factor. Like, you gonna try to steal home on me? Or like, well, I mean, I guess it's kind of catcher too, but still kind of third baseman. You know what I mean? Like, like I feel like it would terrify me to try to get a triple, and I'd be like, I'll just do a stand-up double. That's fine. I'll stop here. Like, that's cool.
I'll hack away from that big.
Not gonna run into that brick wall. And Charlotte Flair is 5'10". And then, like, you know, she has to be strong because they like fake flip people over all the time, but like you still have to be muscular to do it.
She could take getting run into too, because that does happen. Trust me.
Right. So anyway, Charlotte Flair, WWE, 5'10". That is my pick for our third base woman. Plus, I mean, I like the team we have so far, but we need someone who's going to be batshit crazy in that dugout.
Yes, that's true. You have to have at least one crazy person.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if my pick is crazy or not, but I picked Kara Winger, who is a U.S. Javelin thrower. And she is 6 foot.
Perfect.
And the girl
I feel like you have to
crazy, like a crazy
to recreationally throw a weapon.
Spears. Also, do you have to throw a javelin accurately? Not up on my track and field stuff.
I mean,
or do you just fucking
fairly accurately? You don't want to stab the people in the crowd.
Go like that.
I was just thinking, like, you probably have pretty good accuracy if you're fucking throwing a weapon at a Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to run into that either.
She's got the low center of gravity, like we were talking about.
So she can. I can see her covering third for sure. For sure.
Yeah. I love how we both went with the pure muscle and intimidation factor for third base.
Hey, it works.
It works.
Third base, not for the faint of heart.
That's true.
Put them in the outfield.
That's probably where Alex
and
would have been, to be honest. But we'll talk about it later.
Now, the more that I'm thinking about third base too, though, it's almost like in the outfield level of like first base, like, well, I mean, you still have to deal with like hits and how they come and whatever. But like, you're going to be having to catch the ball at first base like a fucking lot. Like third base, you could stand there for a good time and like nothing happened, but then you better be ready when it does. Like, I wouldn't be good at that. I'd be like looking in the stands and be like, well, guys are here today. And then I'd be like, oh, oops.
So, like, there's a ball coming directly at your face, and if you don't go, boop, you're dead.
Right. You gotta have good attention span.
Reflex.
Maybe that's why hunters are so good at it, because they sit there for hours and don't do anything, and then all of a sudden they kill a deer.
There you go. Maybe
that's you gotta be all right with being bored. Makes sense.
Anyway, so this show comes out on podcast everywhere on Tuesdays and YouTube on Wednesdays. Mansplain Hockey Elsewhere comes out on YouTube on Wednesdays, and some podcast apps also Wednesday, and then some apps like Tim Cook's Apple hate us, so we don't know. So you're just gonna have to look at our face for 20 minutes while you get your run in or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
On a treadmill. Please don't watch us while you're running outside. That seems very dangerous.
Yeah.
And then Lecturin Ladies. I don't know what we're doing with that right now. We kind of had some weather issues.
Yeah, we gotta. What is it? Do I have 3 left? I gotta get those. We gotta get those. We gotta binge those. Maybe we can binge on one day this week or next weekend, and we'll definitely have one out Friday though. I don't think we have tornadoes this week. I should probably knock on some wood.
Oh, and we got a new $20 patron this past week, David Mays. Shout out to him. If you sign up to be a $20 patron, you get a shout out on the show. And patreon.com/mansplainbb podcast. We put stuff up there, and I have on my to-do list to watch Moneyball, because I've never watched that. So I'm gonna watch that at some point soon.
Is it on what streaming platform is it on?
It was on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there, but it was on Netflix. Because for a while I think I watched Moneyball like 6 days in a row right before bed. Because I got added maybe a few months ago.
IMDb says it's on Amazon to rent for like $3. It might also be on Netflix, and they just don't tell you that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You know how Netflix will like add stuff and take it away? I don't fucking know. But at one point it was on Netflix within the last like handful of months, because I watched it a fuck ton of times.
I will probably watch a movie every night this week, which is unusual for me, but I'm not the one picking what we watch. But I can suggest Moneyball, and then I will also review it, I guess. So there's some Patreon-only content for you guys. And I hope, well, I don't want to say that because every team I've picked in the tournament has gone out. So I'm not even going to wish David's favorite college team good luck today.
There you go.
Because then
we won't jinx you. You're welcome.
Right. That's what you get for being a Patreon. If you're not a Patreon, I will jinx you all day.
We will root for you. Damn it.
We will cheer for your team, and you will not like it.
It's not a threat. It's a promise.
And I think that's, and then that Farm to Fame for Kelsey and Peter's coming out, Christmas rotation, and then Ian Happ just started a show, which is really cool. John Boy Media has a lot of shit going on right now, so hopefully you like us best. And then the classic Talking Baseball is always good, but we know 1 hour and a half a week. Y'all listen to podcasts more than that, so check out some of the other guys. I guess men belong in sports too.
Hashtag
I guess. They'll get like takeaway food. It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll give them a hand wait.
But can we tell them about the thing we're doing this year yet? Or is there going to be like an announcement?
I don't know. I don't know if they've said that publicly yet.
Also that.
Stay tuned.
Secrets. Teaser.
So you have to stay tuned. Because I don't pay attention to social
media.
All
3 of us are wearing merch, and we don't plan this. We just literally wear this shit everywhere. And I fucking need that baseball is fun shirt. I don't have one of those.
Yeah, I was going to wear it to my game today until Carolina canceled it for inclement weather. That is still not here, even though the game was scheduled to start 5 hours ago. But whatever. I'm not mad.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, we will see you next Tuesday. Bye.
See ya.
Bye, guys.